So your name's Robert Burr?
Robert Burr. You want to leave my hat on or take it off?
That's fine.
Okay.
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I enlisted. It was over a female.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, girlfriend. We was arguing and I didn't care for my job, so I thought I'll show her. So I go to Newark to join the Air Force, and they said, we've met our quota, but if you join the Army, you get anything you want. I said, I'd like to be a mechanic. And they said, sure enough, you get to Fort Knox, you tell them you want to go to mechanic school. They're still laughing down there. I didn't. They sent me right straight to Infantry Basic and found myself on my way to Korea very quick.
Wow. What year was that?
1951.
1951.
In fact, it was in such a hurry that the war had been going bad. They'd had what they called the May massacre, and the 2nd Division had gotten pretty well chopped up. So instead of taking us on the boat like they usually took the troops, they flew us, well, they started out on a train from Seattle, Washington to Vancouver, British Columbia, put us on Canadian Pacific Airlines, and flew us into Tokyo, processed us quickly, got us into Korea as fast as they could, replaced the troops that had been killed during the May massacre. So the first day I'm there, I'm eligible for corporal because I'm a gunner on a 57 recoilless rifle. My squad leader got there the day before me, so he was out for staff sergeant, replacing troops that had been killed. So, and he gets hit the first day on line, so I move up into his slot real quick. So by the time I left Korea, I was sergeant first class.
Wow. And which division were you under?
2nd Infantry Division, 38th Regiment.
And what city were you in Korea?
Closest thing we was to was Chorwan.
And what was it like being in Korea?
Colder than a bitch. It was cold.
Was the fighting pretty intense in your area?
Oh yeah, I was on Heartbreak Ridge and Bloody Ridge both, so we lost a lot of people on Heartbreak.
And you got a Purple Heart?
Yes, I did. I didn't duck.
So what happened for you to earn your Purple Heart?
The fighting on the hill we was on Heartbreak was pretty intense, and we was down to less than a platoon of people, I think, at the time. And a mortar shell landed behind me, and I got sprayed with shrapnel. And I got a piece the size of a 45 slug laying on one of my ribs even yet. So,
Wow.
so I was lucky. A lot of my buddies did not make it out of Heartbreak, so I was one of the fortunate ones. I guess it's all in God's hands.
So did you leave the war then after that injury, or did you stay in?
I just went back to a hospital, and they treated me more for shell shock than anything else, and put me back on line about a week later. So.
How long did you spend in Korea?
9 months.
9 months?
Yeah. See, it's on a 36-point rotation system. So if you was on the front lines, you got 4 points a month. So 9 4 is 36. If you was back a ways, you maybe got 2 points a month. So you was there twice as long.
So you got maximum points
yeah,
being on the
maximum
front.
points real quick. And we got combat pay too. We got rich on combat pay.
What was your most memorable moment in the service?
Oh, I don't know. I guess being able to walk off the hill 905 after it'd been hit, be able to walk off that hill, I knew I was going to live. Because until then, I had serious doubts.
How were the Koreans? Was it pretty fierce fighters?
North Koreans and
yeah.
Chinese, pretty intense fighters. Yeah, and very inhumane. We treat them too nice. We treated prisoners pretty good compared to what they did.
Would you have to worry about them invading your front lines at night?
Yeah, what they would do, every other unit across the front lines was an American unit, and then a South Korean unit, and an American unit, South Korean unit. And the South Koreans, their units weren't as strong, and they would infiltrate through them and come in and get us on the backside. So
Wow.
that's the thing we had to worry about. Was
You're
getting
surrounded then.
hit on the backside, yeah.
So could you tell a South Korean and North Korean apart?
No, they
way
looked
to know.
alike. There wasn't much difference in them.
What's your most scariest moment?
Well, I was in a foxhole, and they had fired on the positions on either side of me with an artillery piece in the valley. They had zeroed in pretty good. And they'd taken off the one on either side of me, and I thought my turn's next. And I guess God was with me, like it put a shield up there, because they never fired on my foxhole. And shortly after that, they moved us off that end of the hill so that they couldn't pick us off with the way they'd been doing. Man, they was taking them off.
You ever get any close fighting with the Koreans?
I didn't, because really I was a rear sloper. I had 57 recoilless rifle, like that's a company size artillery piece. And the only time you had to come out and fire that's if they say, we got a bunker up here we need you to fire into, take out, or an enemy vehicle, whatever. The 57 recoilless could take out something for over a mile away. It had a long range to it and had a nice sized warhead. It wouldn't take out a tank, but it could take out an automobile or truck or something like that real easy, or get into a bunker and destroy it. So,
Were you pretty good at hitting targets?
fair, yeah. I did take down a house that I seen some Koreans run into, and I had a white phosphorus shell loaded in the 57, and that thing burned down so fast, it's like, it was instant down.
Well, Robert, thank you very much for your time.
Yes,
Really
sir.
appreciate it.
Nice talking to you, sir.